In this video, we want to take a look at a few problems that are related to example 3 in this section. And in these problems, we're given 2 points or 2 function values, and we want to first find a slope. Then we want to write the equation in point-slope form. And finally, we want to simplify down to slope-intercept form. So let's see how that works with the first pair of points. First thing that I would like to do, label my points. x1, y1, x2, y2. And from there, I'm going to find a slope. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 is 10 minus y1 is 4. x2 is 3 minus x1 is 1, and so that gives me 6 over 2, which is a slope of 3. Next step, I'm going to construct the point-slope form of the equation using one of my points and the slope that I just calculated. So y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And my y1 value, I'll use the first point, 1 comma 4. So y minus 4 is equal to 3, the slope, times the quantity x minus x1, which is 1. And so that is the second step in this process. First, I calculate the slope. Second, I write the equation in point-slope form. And third, I'm going to simplify this down to slope-intercept form. And I do that by distributing on the right side. And finally, I'm going to add 4 to both sides, and I end up with y is equal to 3x plus 1. And so that is my final answer in slope-intercept form. Above, y minus 4 is equal to 3 times the quantity x minus 1. That would be my point-slope form. And above that, I have calculated the slope. So this is the process that we're going to use in most of these problems. We're going to use 2 points to find a slope. From the slope and one of the points, we're going to construct a point-slope form of the linear equation. Then we're going to simplify that down to slope-intercept form. All right, let's go on to the second example then. I'm going to label my points x1, y1, x2, y2. And use my slope formula, which is m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2, negative 4. y1 minus y1, which is negative 1. Don't forget to minus the negative. You can't just put minus there. x2, which is 8, minus negative 4, and that leaves me with negative 4 plus 1 over 8 plus 4, or negative 3 over 12, which simplifies down to negative 1/4. From here, we're going to construct the point-slope form. So it doesn't matter which points I use. I'll use x1, y1 here. So y minus x1, y minus y1. In this case, y1 is negative 1, is equal to the slope, 1/4, times the quantity x minus x1, which is negative 4. So we do have some minus and negatives that can be simplified to positive. So we would get y plus 1 is equal to negative 1/4 times x plus 4. At this point, we're ready to distribute. negative 1/4 x. Negative 1/4 times positive 4 is negative 1, and we have y plus 1. If we subtract 1 on both sides, what we'll end up with, and I'll put the answer over here, is y is equal to negative 1/4 x minus 2. And that is our slope-intercept form. Above our simplified point-slope form, and above that even was our slope. So this is the three-step process that we're going to be using often in this section. Use 2 points to find a slope. Write the equation in point-slope form, simplified down to slope-intercept form. We'll go on to number 5 below. Okay, with number 5, we have 2 function values. But you should recall that g of 2 equals 3 means that when x is 2, y will be equal to 3. G of 6 equals 5 means when x is 6, y is equal to 5. So from these 2 points, which I will label x1, y1, x2, y2, I will construct a slope formula. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 is 5 minus y1 is 3. x2 is 6 minus x1 is 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. 6 minus 2 is 4, and that simplifies down to a slope of 1/2. At this point, we're ready to construct our point-slope form. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And I will use the point 2, 3. So y minus y1, which is 3, is equal to 1/2 times x minus x1, which is 2. We end up with 1/2 x. 1/2 times negative 2 is negative 1. Y minus 3. We'll add 3 to both sides. Y is equal to 1/2 x plus 2. And since it asks us to write a linear function, it would be properly written as f of x is equal to 1/2 x plus 2. And so this would be our final form. And this is the point slope form. And here's our function. Here's our slope, rather. Slope. Then this would be point slope, and this would be our slope intercept, and we can say this is our linear function. Alright, so that'll do it for this video and these 3 examples, or these 3 problems that correspond to example 3 in this section.